And we're live, CASO Station.
Yes.
Hopefully the internet will work in our favor. You never know with older buildings, but going in.
We've done it here once before and it worked. Let's try it again. It is Mayor's Update.
It
What
is.
What a cooler night out there today too.
It's nice and warm in here.
Yes, not bad here. And we're at the CASO Station because we're doing the 100 People Who Care right after this.
We are.
I know both you and I are participants in that, but we've got a really busy night.
And we have a special guest, Lisa.
Hello.
And she's going to talk about St. Thomas' newest Christmas event that's coming up,
Yes.
Illuminate.
I can't wait because we made fun of it and talked about it a couple of weeks ago and then again.
Yeah.
And so let's hear what's going on. Want to go with Lisa first?
Let's do it. Let's rock and roll.
Lisa's, tell us about your event that's happening. We're all pretty excited about alpacas.
Yeah. Me too, actually. Thank you so much for having me tonight. So Illuminate is a community Christmas event happening at Faith Church on December 3rd from 4 to 8 p.m. That is this Sunday. So it's coming up in just a few days.
Really fast.
Yeah. So this event was born just because the team at Faith Church puts a lot of time and attention into creating really beautiful Christmas lights and decorations, and they have this beautiful facility, and they kind of just go all out for Christmas. It's kind of just a fun and important event there. So this year they just decided go big or go home, and we took it up a notch and just created an event that we could really invite the whole community into. So we have some local businesses that have sponsored the event. We have some local businesses that are coming to join us. Like the mayor mentioned, we have Timbuktu Alpaca Farm bringing us their alpacas. So you can pet them, feed them, take photos with them. We also have a life-size inflatable snow globe, so your whole family can climb right in, get pictures in the snow globe. It's pretty.
We're really quite excited about the snow globe.
I am very excited about it. The photos and the videos of snow globe are going to be pretty amazing. Should we play the video clip that we've got queued up for you guys?
Yeah, that sounds great.
Do that.
All right. So if you want to see some alpacas and you're not able to make it, here's your chance.
I'm Lisa, and I'm part of the team that is bringing Illuminate to Faith Church in St. Thomas. Illuminate is a Christmas event for the entire family. Entry is free, and hot chocolate and cookies are on us. We have lots of parking where you can leave your car while you take a short walk around the grounds to admire the twinkling displays, stroll through the tunnel of lights, and meet our special guests. These friendly alpacas are coming from Timbuktu Farm and will be there all night ready for the perfect photo op. Next, grab a bite to eat from the food truck and head inside to warm up. We have lots of room for your coats and mitts so you can enjoy the evening. You'll be greeted with the sounds of the season as live Christmas music fills the air while you start or maybe finish your Christmas shopping with the best vendors in St. Thomas. Crockadoodle is bringing us an incredible setup where you and your kids can paint ornaments at an exclusive discounted price of only $6 each for this event only. Lastly, grab your friends, family, neighbors, and climb into a life-size inflatable snow globe for the ultimate winter wonderland experience. Join us at Faith Church in St. Thomas on December 3rd from 4 to 8 p.m. We are located at 345 Fairview Ave, and we can't wait to celebrate the Christmas season together.
There you have it.
Can't wait. And there wasn't a picture of the snow globe. Right?
No, but on the Facebook page, the event page.
I saw it earlier this week, so I'm quite, This is fun. And I'm, first of all, very thankful that to the whole group at Faith for putting on another Christmas event. We've been having a series of fantastically great Christmas events in our community. So way to go. What else have you? So food trucks.
Yes,
Who's coming?
Yeah, so we have Ticket Tomato is coming. We have Shaw's Gourmet Spuds and Dogs.
Yes.
And then we have Rocky Mountain Pizza Plus. So there's lots of options. We also have Harbor Cheesecake will be inside serving cheesecake. We have hot chocolate and cookies is courtesy of Faith St. Thomas. So those are free for every guest. There's actually free entry to the event, and there's lots of free activities. So you can come and enjoy the whole event without spending $1 if you want to. There is also some things that you can buy into. We have vendors, lots of local shopping. You can do your Christmas shopping. And then things like Crockadoodle are an additional expense, but there's lots to do for free, lots of things that you can buy. It's going to be a really great night.
There was a tunnel of lights that was talked about. What's that looking like?
Yeah, so actually that is something that we're going to be constructing this weekend. And it's just like a walkway that is just a tunnel. It's just covered in lights. So you can walk right through. It makes a really beautiful photo op.
Fantastic.
And just picture it in the dark of the night, just with the twinkling lights all around you. It's going to be really beautiful.
Incredible.
Wow, I can't wait.
Yeah.
And Christmas music too.
Yes,
It's my favorite time of year. My car is already on Christmas music.
Well, I know you talk about your Hallmark movies too that you watch every year.
I watch Christmas in July on Hallmark. I am just a sucker for crying at Hallmark movies, and so it's perfect. So Christmas to me is just such a special time. But I know all the words to all the Christmas carols, and so it's more fun too.
Oh.
Right.
Nice. Yeah, Jordan Thiessen is going to be there. He's bringing us live Christmas music all night. He's a very talented artist in the area. So, you won't want to miss it.
Well, and when Stephanie gets singing, I get quiet because she's really good.
Yeah. Oh,
but anyway, so we look forward to coming out 4 to 8 on Sunday
to 8 p.m.
Yeah, this is just a great opportunity. Faith just saw an opportunity for connection and just bringing people together over just a common love of Christmas. Who doesn't love Christmas, right? So just somewhere that we can all come together and laugh and enjoy the lights and just have a great time.
Paul Jenkins was Scrooge. We won't know for sure if he
actually comes out.
I think he will. I think he loves Christmas still. I think we converted him.
Yeah. No, it's coming around. That's good. Well, Lisa, thanks so much for joining us.
Thank you for having me.
And sharing everything.
Oh,
I'm excited to come out with my family.
Yeah.
And I think everyone else is pretty stoked so far that I've talked to. So.
Let's get just a light dusting of snowfall.
That would be great.
Yeah, just to make Christmas look like Christmas.
Yeah.
Right?
It's
just
coming.
Like
Today it was snowing.
Oh, no. I saw a bit of that today, and I put my cameras on up north and saw more inches than I want to see. So won't be going up north this weekend, so I can go to
Illuminate.
Yeah,
awesome.
Happy.
Good.
Right. Well, I'll see you there, and I'll see you there.
Yes, and we'll see you guys there. Thanks so much for having me.
Thanks.
Awesome.
Take care.
You.
Thanks. What else have we got?
Right. Oh my goodness!
So much stuff going on in our community, and I guess what do we? Santa Claus parade. We did a bunch of stuff in between.
Yeah. So we not met since the Santa Claus parade?
Well, you showed me a picture of me about 100 yards away. You photographed everybody else in the parade, but I don't know.
You're in the distance.
Small in the distance, and that's probably what I'm going for. So no, you've been exceptionally busy. I've been exceptionally busy and really not well for about a week.
Yeah.
Terrible bronchitis and coughing. I'm much better today. My voice still has a little bit of that.
A little bit of it. Yeah. You know what we should do? We should reset. We should move that chair over there and let's center up in the frame here. You know what I should have done if I was thinking properly in production in terms? I should have played the video and then had Lisa leave.
Right.
And then we could have reset and then done everything properly.
Yeah, where's our editing skills?
So we really need a proper producer on this show.
Well, that's what I mean. We need somebody out there sitting in a tall cloth chair telling us what to do next. Right?
Pointing around in your monitors for us. They could just yell at us the whole time.
Well, and then afterwards we'd get that 20 minutes worth of, do you know what you said?
Errors and omissions would be all over us.
Yes, no, it's great. We really don't have almost every other show has a bit of a reel of bloopers. You and I, we just put them on the air. We don't save them for later.
Speaking of which, if you guys have any live questions, let us know.
Let's know. We're out here today, and we're sorry we came on just a bit early today because we have to be at 7:00 in the other room here for 100 people who care.
And let's talk about that. They need another 4 people to donate.
Is that what I was watching today as it kept going up?
To hit
4 people donating $100 because you care, right? And that would give us 2 pools of $10,000 each, or $20,000 pool. And there are groups that will come tonight and share with us why they need the money, how that would help them in the next year. We know in past years, Harvest Hands and some other really groups that really needed the help got it
very impactful.
Yeah,
this money is very impactful for the group. So Harvest Hands, for example, for every $1 they get, they can provide 3 meals to people in need. And they don't just provide it to our community; they provide it across Southwestern Ontario.
They're incredible. We've had them on, and we should probably bring them back at some point too to talk about where have they grown, what have they done. But that's what the night is about here. It's about the charity and community help that we can offer groups here in our community, Southern Ontario, basically, Elgin County, St. Thomas area, and talk about. They're going to come tell us what they will do, whether it's, I think there's one animal one, right? And there's a number of other groups. So watch tomorrow's social media. We'll all be talking about who presented, who won, and the good that's being done in our community from 200 people, I guess, or 200 people donating. Right?
200 people donating $100.
I'm guessing we're over the top now. We've got
20,
another
000.
20 minutes. Or I guess it was 6:30. It was ending. So hopefully we got there.
Yeah.
Right?
And we've got the ones this year. And part of this as well is it's about promoting the groups that participate, even if they don't win during the night. They still get the
they're
promotion.
all winners because they get to say what they do and all the good they do in our community. And some of us sit there and go, I've never heard of this, or I heard of it. Now I know what they truly do with the funds that we donate. So perfect.
So tonight we have the Alzheimer's Society of Southwest Partners. We've got Big Brothers, Big Sisters of St. Thomas Elgin. Yes. We've got Every Kid Rocks, Rainbow Optimist Club, Somerset Recovery Organization. So those are the 5 groups that are presenting
challenging for tonight. So perfect.
And at least I think it's 2 of them now will get almost. One will get 10,000. Another I think will get
whatever the rest is.
Yeah,
and I think it's very close to another 10,000. So.
And if it goes over, then the 3rd person I think gets.
Well, there'll be something left for a small party for Grayden and Joe after.
So, I don't think that's how it works.
Oh,
I wish it did.
I'll make the pitch.
You make the okay. Go for it. I'm down. I'm in. I go for all the parties during Christmas time.
So we're looking for any questions from you. Share with us. It's Mayor's Update. Mm-hmm. We've been just 100% Christmas all the time from the 1st of November. And now with Illuminate coming on Sunday, I really can't wait. Now, and we have the torn snow globe, alpacas.
Do it all.
Ton of lights. Right?
Do it all.
Yeah. And there's likely some snacks.
There's no limits.
Right. Yeah. No.
At Illuminate.
Yeah. Oh, I like it.
Yeah.
We'll help them with their slogan next year.
100%. Yeah. Do infinity rooms next year. I would like that, light up. We've got Golden Hammers coming up on Thursday as well, which are the awards for our local St. Thomas and Elgin Home Builders Association.
Yes, I'm there Thursday night.
Excellent.
Tomorrow at noon, I think there's a chili cook-off at Fanshawe College that I'm one of the judges of.
I've heard about this.
Food, I'll get to be there.
What time are you doing that?
Noon, I guess.
Can anybody just show up?
I don't know.
Okay.
I just know.
I might just see there at noon.
Yes, I would.
Pretty hungry right now.
I've got something in the morning and something at about 2, and I thought I can put a chili contest in the middle of that day. Yeah. That'll be great. It was a good crowd last year, but I love getting invited to these things. A former politician, John Wise, said, "Joe, don't judge things."
Oh.
Well, because you're going to make one person happy and all the rest of the people are mad at you. And I just find, you can have a good time when especially charitable events and fun events like this, go on out and judge them. And
that's a skilled politician that can do that, though. Because if you're not a good politician, you pick a winner and you make everyone else mad. If you're good at it, you can make them agree with you.
Right. We have a lot of
your
fun.
Decision. Right? So speaking of things that people are kind of up in arms about right now, we've got the Canes Roundabout that's going in.
Well, there's an open meeting tomorrow night or Thursday night, I guess, at City Hall in room 304. Mm-hmm. We've been trying to rebuild Canes and Scott and Curtis Street over a number of years, and the Canes Street has a bit of a kink to it. There's a little wide there, and so our engineering department has come to us and said, "Why don't we put a roundabout at that corner?" Mm-hmm. Some of the community has collected some names on a petition and stuff. So council's leaving it up to gathering the information where the engineering people will present it on Thursday night. Here's what it would look like and here's why. We're hoping to take the one-way street off of Canes and the one-way street off of Scott. Mm-hmm. Then each would become two-way. Most cities have matching one-way streets on opposite sides of a main street, like London has King Street and Queen Street, right? And we don't. It's kind of a mishmash a little bit. So I'd like to see the full plans for the for the traffic there. We've talked on previous shows about what a roundabout can do from a traffic calming point of view, a much safer pedestrian crossing point of view, because the crossings are at the narrow part of each of the streets. So those are the good things that can happen there. But if we've got other indications from the community that that's not the way to go, we would probably have to leave it stop signed one way and slow the traffic down on Kane Street in another way.
Right. Yep. Yeah. We've talked a lot about traffic calming measures over the past month as we've talked about this in terms of the stop signs and all that. So hopefully you guys have watched those episodes as well, because we can't talk about it every single episode because there's only so much time.
And we've repaired a lot of railway tracks in this last week and a half. So
we sure have. I hear Centennial is looking pretty great right now.
That's what I heard.
Smooth ride.
So I'll judge it in 3 months. Because it didn't take long for it to get bumpy again last time, but let's hope that the work has been really well done.
Mm-hmm. Margaret Knight saying, aren't Curtis and Scott opposite?
Scott and Keynes. Curtis crosses it. You're right.
Yep. Very good. Thank you, Margaret, for keeping us on track, so to speak.
Right. Scott and Keynes are the two that go one way or the other.
Yeah.
Yes, that is correct. And so it's a traffic study for that whole piece. And yes, it is time when we have to get underground on Keynes. Mm-hmm. We wouldn't be doing any of this. This city does a fantastic job of waiting until it's not just a repaving and recurbing. It is, let's get the pipes fixed. Let's do everything we can underneath so that in 4 years, we're not ripping up brand new pavement and going back down underneath. Mm-hmm. So it is in the functional time now where this has to get done.
And I got to say, I love the rebuild on Talbot. It is so beautiful now.
Yeah. And I'm hearing it from all over. Somebody in Chatham said, "What a great job you did on your main street." I went, "Oh, okay, thank you." And certainly people in London talking about what St. Thomas has been able to accomplish. And we did the ribbon cutting at the Highland apartment building this week.
Yes, and the golden shovels are out.
Yep, and a lot of great conversation about building housing.
How many more apartments will that be?
160 something, I think. It's 14 floors. So
14
I think
floors.
it's that. There is 5 affordable units in there as part of the deal on their building permit with us. And we'll continue to do that with all of the housing we're trying to do here, get a mixture of affordable units along with market rent apartments.
You're doing a lot on affordable housing. The whole city is doing a lot on affordable housing. Can you talk? We've talked a little bit about this stuff. Can you talk publicly about some of this? Any more advancements that you have in that department yet?
Yeah, we just finished Queen Street, the 45 units of supportive housing there, and they are just now finishing up the placement of 45 people into those. Mm-hmm. But we don't stop.
Yeah,
we're also looking now at the next project and the project after that would also be supportive housing, and mixed into that, of course, is Tiny Hope.
Yeah.
And we've got to finish Tiny Hope in 2024. Talking to Doug Terry and Lindsay at the Y, we will make those 40 units also part of 2024's building. Mm-hmm. So I told you I took home my budget book. And we're about to get the budget on. First night of budget will be December 4th. Mm-hmm. And a lot of conversation. You may have to wait. I have to be careful what I say because you can't see the budget until it's out. Yeah. But a lot of housing thoughts in there. Certainly affordable and attainable housing. Mm-hmm. If we can get market rent people like Diane and Jeff at the Highland building, or what's happening over at Elma, to keep building big buildings in our community, that gives us supply. You're right, for all of you people who want to, every time somebody mentions it, say, but they're not affordable. No, they're not. They're brand new apartment buildings, and they won't be, but there'll be supply of, and the buildings will be full of people who have moved out of other places where they live, which creates affordability further down the chain. We just know we can't stay with zero vacancy rate. We've got to build and get a vacancy rate in our community of having apartments you can go get.
Yeah, and I've been watching the other news media, like everyone is talking about it, from the federal government to the provincial government. We need to get this housing built. We need to find a way, because right now the issue is mostly red tape that's getting in the way of it.
But the good thing that I'm hearing a lot of from St. Thomas is that's not our problem. We continue to move projects forward as fast as we possibly can. And they commented that the owners of this building commented how easy we were to work with, first of all, on the commercial properties they put in at First and Talbot, and then preparing the land and getting the permits ready for the first apartment building they've ever built. So,
well, this is what I heard is in another community, they basically you have to do everything, build a foundation before they even give you a permit to build.
Right.
Which seems a bit crazy.
It can slow you down. And I've talked to a couple of developers just this week. One that wanted to talk to me about they're both communities in Middlesex County, and they said, what do I do? How do I get to get the same things as I could get in St. Thomas?
Yeah.
And I said, well, you can certainly use our name, that we would do it different. Maybe they can start doing it different too. Talking to the provincial government and Minister Flack about trying to move forward on housing, the answer is yes. If there's an ability to build housing, build it. Build it. It doesn't matter in what range it is. It will help us if there's more housing.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, as you know, that's one of my main things. That's like, let's get it done.
Right.
Let's find the way to do it
We
affordably.
should never be the reason that it doesn't get done.
Yeah.
I mean, bureaucracy should never be the cause. So we'll move forward on that. What else we got going on this week?
Well, we've got a lot of things coming up, but I also want to talk about the After Dark event that happened at the market.
Yes.
And it's an annual event. It's a party for the whole community that comes together.
Was it I'm sorry, I was not well and couldn't.
We missed you.
I was told you're not going out at night. I was right, okay, so I didn't. But
there was a lot of representation from council there.
Good.
Who represented
as they should be.
Peter.
No, they're all
Rose.
Good. Right.
Yep. Or Rose Gibson. Just fantastic. And they had a food truck there. There was one truck that didn't make it. But so the other truck was just going like crazy.
But it was a beautiful night for it. And
gorgeous
I saw
night.
Huge crowds.
Yeah, massive, larger than maybe double the crowd last year. I don't know.
Well, we just keep putting our events center stage. And this is another one that had to do with the market and the chamber and doing it right. Right. Let's have more events. Let's get people downtown, get people out of their homes, and come see how beautiful St. Thomas can be. Different seasons, different times of day. Perfect.
Yep, and different ranges of people. So this was like a 18 plus event,
right?
Because there were drinks involved. Whereas like the Christmas parade was for more of the kids and the family side. In the same way that Illuminate,
we keep
more for the
more
Christmas
of a Christmas family event.
So if we can kind of spread that range around,
I agree.
It's exciting. We
and
something for everyone.
And in the summer, as we use more of Pinafore Park and some of our other parks, and now with Westlake Evans Park downtown too, I think you'll see some really unique things across the board. Adult, family, mobile transportation. As we continue to put more trails in, and there'll be events for all. Let's keep doing it. I think we're doing the right things. How fast can we keep going? Right?
Absolutely. All right. I've got some questions in here.
Okay.
Brett Longfield is asking, where is the missing middle? Is he talking about the middle class? Is that what you're talking about, Brett?
Yeah, we already have that. That's what we have in St. Thomas, is a great deal of that, of housing that already exists and people live in it. But so we are, the only way to build an apartment building right now is build it new, and that's the most costly type of building there is a brand new building, underground parking and the like. So we know as long as they keep filling up, that somebody's moving from the middle into those types of apartments. I read an article today about somebody whose parents want to come from Winnipeg and they're looking to rent, and they're already on the list. And so it's incredible how fast those lists fill. And so we're trying to keep the developers and keep that pipeline very full of that. As we move back to single family home building, if we see some decrease in the loan rates, mortgage rates, then we'll have some builders who will build of different sizes. But even still, I mean, I've got to warn you, I've got to tell you out front that it's expensive to build brand new, right? The middle of this is the resale homes below brand new in our community.
So does that cover like missing middle forms of housing? That's what
I think that's what he's talking about. Yeah. And so we're trying to push far more. And as you saw from some of the things we've done at council, even just in the last couple of months, a lot more of the stacked townhomes that can be purchased or rented, a lot more of the smaller apartment buildings that are both can be rented, and some of the other condo type places or that can be purchased, but they're less of a purchase than a big single family home. So we're trying to offer across the board as much as we possibly can, but still with density. We want to use our land wisely and not just build big, wide open single family homes. We've got to, in every subdivision, build some density of apartment buildings, some density of townhomes.
Yeah.
Usually cushioning those and then getting to the single family home portion of a subdivision.
Because you want to build smart.
You got to have it all
to cover all the different sides.
Right.
Yeah.
And there's a market for each one of those things.
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, how do you tell somebody you can't build that when somebody's already made them an offer to buy it? So that works too. So we've got to make sure that we in each subdivision agreement put that density in, and that we have sprinkled through our community some of these four more major towers of rental. And the more we can get, the better off we'll be.
Very good. Dale Cummings has a concern. He's saying, what is the city going to do when, in his opinion, the VW plan is a failure? Electric vehicles will never catch on. There's not enough infrastructure to support electric vehicles in any city in Canada and the USA.
Well, there's enough infrastructure in St. Thomas. We know there is.
And I would also say that those batteries are not just going in electric vehicles.
No, they can be used for a lot of things. And we talked about the battery storage facility being built on Highbury the other day, which is really a backup power source for our
grid.
Hydro, for our grid. The grid into St. Thomas is more than secure. And with the development of the Volkswagen factory, we've been able to get even better power into St. Thomas for future growth. So I don't want to say you're being pessimistic, but I challenge you to watch for 2026 when we start building 1 million vehicles worth of batteries at the PowerCo plant in Northwest St. Thomas.
I mean, I've heard this rumor come in, but I really don't see it playing out based on the research I've done.
And it's not only we're not building batteries here just for St. Thomas.
No.
This is a worldwide production facility for Volkswagen,
and basically North America.
Worldwide, it's got to go everywhere, right?
Yeah.
And so the transportation piece is very important. But if and so if we get a culture shift where EVs are far more accepted in North America, this would be a great place to have the plant. If there's EV batteries needed in Europe, they can be shipped from here. So I love that my friends at Volkswagen have chosen St. Thomas as the place to come and employ all these people and attract other industries to help service batteries. So don't let anybody tell you there isn't enough electricity. There's lots that still has to be done. The province is committed to doubling Bruce and doubling Darlington's nuclear plant. There will need to be
increased capacity.
Right. We've increased the capacity of the electricity. We'll have to increase the capacity of the wires.
And Margaret Monette has a comment about housing. There's a lot of people can't afford price range of $1,500 or higher and still have money left over for the basics.
Absolutely. We understand that. We get it. But you're not going to build a brand new apartment building in town where the rent isn't that. So we need to continue to build as much as we can so that there will be mobility within the marketplace where someone will, like I keep telling this story about Stephanie and I, we moved out of a 4-bedroom house into a 2-bedroom apartment that cost us more than the 4-bedroom house, but we wanted the apartment. Somebody else got the 4-bedroom house. Somebody who moved from a 3-bedroom house that was also went on the market. So it's it's the supply, the total supply of housing that will help us do this. You're absolutely right. There are people in town that cannot afford that high of rent. So we have to have across our city a mixture of rent, and we still have apartment buildings at Grand Central and apartment buildings at Confed that are less than that. And that's where we need to stay, and it's what we need to continue to do. We'll continue to use our community improvement plan to attract builders. We'll put affordability in wherever we can, and we'll allow our homeowners, our large homeowners in town, to continue to model their homes into 2 suites or 3 suites using some taxpayers' money to make it happen.
And a lot of people are working on the financial model for this as well, to be able to build new and have it more affordable. But that's the challenge.
Yeah.
And there's a lot of funding coming in from the different levels of government to try and make it happen.
Right. They've taken, for example, one of the big things that we think will really move this piece forward, the HST cost off large apartment buildings.
Now, I've got a question about that, because if you're a business and you pay HST, you get it back anyway.
To a degree,
how does this
but
help?
in building, you don't always. Right?
Okay.
Well, it's an input tax credit in other businesses where I collect HST on a hamburger.
Yeah.
I can then take that and reduce my HST costs on things I'm purchasing. It's never 100%. It is a stage tax down, right? When you're talking $10 million on an apartment building and all the materials for an apartment building, it's a pretty significant difference that may make you decide to build another one. That's what's hoping.
So you don't have to pay the difference is what's happening.
Well, I don't know in the construction trades what there is. I know there's a limit on even new homes.
Yeah, because I'm curious about how it all works. Because like I know as a business, I get the HST back anyway. So they say they're forgiving the HST, which I'm like, well, they get that back anyway in general. So yeah, I'm very curious about the numbers.
It must have an incentive to it, Grayden, or it wouldn't have been offered.
That's what I'm hoping. Yeah, I got to talk to somebody. I got to talk to somebody.
Well, we have to get a builder.
Yeah, we'll get a builder on. Yeah. We're going to be at the home show, not the home show, the Golden Hammer Awards.
Golden Hammer, we'll ask one of those, but we certainly could do from the home show or at the home show also ask some of these home building questions. Absolutely. And renovation questions.
Yeah. One more comment, and then we got to run because we've got to get you over to the 100 People That Care event.
Yes.
Jesse Zavitz is saying, I think some of the batteries, like down the road a fair, but will be fine because the ones that are going to be built there aren't even designed yet.
Yeah, that's true. There's a change almost daily in the goodness of batteries, how long of a charge they hold, how long does it take to charge them, how well they work in cold weather. These are all things that continue to grow in the industry. And PowerCo, Volkswagen, is one of the leaders in this industry. And so we really believe that by the time we start producing the 1 million vehicles worth of batteries here in St. Thomas, it would be drastically different than what may even be being produced today. And that's 3 years later. So that's what we're hoping.
All right. Final comment. I'm going to squeeze one more in. Dale Cummings, there's not enough places to plug in an electric vehicle in any city to charge them. I can see it catching on. Hydrogen will be the next thing that will work.
Right.
I hope I'm wrong on electric vehicles. Thanks, guys. See you next week.
The charging in cities, absolutely right. We're moving forward on there being public charging places. But from what we're learning now is 90% of the charging is occurring at your house, right? When you go home, you charge your car overnight. And so the reason for there being public charging spaces is not as prominent as it would be if you weren't able to charge at your house. And we talked a little bit about how even in big apartment buildings, mobile chargers and some other stuff.
We were talking about that.
Right? So since 90% of the charging of your vehicle is enough overnight to get you all the way through the next day, well, then where would your charger be, right? So prominent public charging will also happen. We're working on that. There's a couple on this building out front of the CASO Station now. But supply and demand on electric vehicle cars and plug-in of electric vehicle cars also has to play the same role.
Absolutely.
Got to get caught up, right?
Well, everyone, thanks again for your time.
Yes.
Thanks to our sponsors. Mr.
Thank
Mayor,
you.
thank you.
Oh, it's always great to get a quick half hour of Mayor's Update in.
Take care, everyone. Have a good night.